So I bashed my toes a little bit on the 20K trail run that I did on Sunday. And I've just noticed that actually I have 2 fairly substantial blisters. Welcome to Roughing It with Ruth, the channel where everything is a bit rough around the edges. In this episode, I'm going to show you how I deal with my blisters. And by show you, I mean actually show you with a real live blister what I do. So if you're squeamish at all, or you don't want to see my gross feet, or my gross toes, or my gross blisters, or my gross half fallen off nails, then this is probably not the video for you to be watching. I'm not sure if this one is as obvious to the camera as it is to me. Maybe if I kind of push it a little bit. But this top section here is a blister. I already have a kind of callus on the top of this toe. It's my longest toe, so it always hits the shoe before anything else does. But there's now a blister there as well. And the other toe, this one looks awful. Oh, it looks so gross. There's that blister, and it's like under the nail. Oh, it's just a mess. Okay. So, I'm gonna be sticking this into my toe. It's gonna be great. Now, benefits of having a really sharp knife is that it doesn't hurt so much when you stick it into yourself. I'm not going to cut the skin away entirely though, because that's just going to leave the skin underneath here quite vulnerable. Let's do this. Okay, well, at least my nail is now kind of sitting flat on my toe again. This one didn't look so great though. It was also quite a bit more painful. And then I might put a plaster on this one. I don't always put plasters on my blisters. Sometimes I just leave them open to drain and clean them several times a day. But this one I might put a plaster on, especially because there seems to be air underneath this pocket here under my nail, and I think that's going to start making it get infected. I don't know if you noticed, but the rest of my toes have had this experience before, and it's okay. It works out just fine. The main thing is to keep things really clean and to keep checking whether the blister needs the drainage hole to be opened up again. But you really have to be clean. So I'm going to clean it with what I have right now, which are these little alcohol pads. So this is the finished product. This one, I just made a slightly bigger hole in the base of the blister, and I'm just going to leave it open and let it drain and keep checking on it to make sure that it is draining. This one I've put a plaster on a little bit tight, not so tight that it's affecting my circulation, but just to put a little bit of pressure on there because there's a lot of dead space that wants to fill with air under this blister. And yeah, then I just do the same thing that I just did every single day. Just check on the blisters, check how they're doing. If they get more painful, then I figure out what's going on. I know lots of people like doing the thing where you put a needle through and leave a piece of thread in the blister, but I don't particularly like doing that because thread can be pretty dirty. Even if it's new thread, it's not meant to go inside any part of your skin, and it can also then be a path for infection to go into your blister, which this open hole can also be a path for infection to go into. But I actually find it a lot easier to keep this clean as opposed to a piece of thread going through the blister. And so long as the drainage hole is adequate, it really seems to drain just fine. And what mostly causes the pain with blisters is the pressure of the fluid for me. So once I've kind of dealt with that, then it tends to be fine. Thanks so much for watching. Sorry about my gross blisters and gross feet. If you'd like to see more videos like this one, then don't forget to subscribe to my channel.